They did it. Throwing people off head first. You grab them by their arms and legs. 4 men. 1, 2, 3. I'm not for democracy. I'm against democracy. I'm sick of hearing about democracy. In a democracy, they can bring in 51% foreigners from China and Germany and Europe and Mexico and everywhere else. They can bring them in. The government promises them in a political party some chicken feed goodies if they'll vote for big government and tyranny. They vote for it and they say, hey, 51% voted to take your guns. You notice, though, the government likes democracy when it goes their way. But when 65 to 70% of Americans are against abortion now, they say, oh, well, we're a republic. Doesn't matter if 99% of you are against abortion. People can still do what they want with their body. But that's another case. In a republic, everyone's rights are protected, including that baby that can't speak for itself. But that's a twisting of the republic. So, see, they want to play it both ways here. Now, that said, we have seen massive, sustained intimidation of the people. All over the country, the police admit we wear black uniforms, we wear black masks, we beat on our shields with billy clubs, we bring sound cannons out to the tea parties to intimidate you because we want to intimidate you. That's why they bring riot police to any pro-America demonstration, whether it's anti-war, that's pro-sovereignty, that's good, or whether it's pro-border control, or whether it's pro-Second Amendment, or pro-land rights. If the globalists don't like it, they don't want demonstrations to spread, they don't want the idea to spread, they want to keep... In fact, pull up that ants clip again. We never played that last week. If you let one ant stand up, they'll all stand up. Do we have that? Okay, yeah, I think you were actually gone. Yeah, no, we have the clip. We'll cue that up. In fact, John has it. John, you have that at the network, don't you? You couldn't find it either. Well, okay. Well, we'll have to go buy it then. The point is, it's about a 10-second clip. The issue is you've got the grasshoppers all standing around, and they're in this big granary, totally stuffed, gobbling, and the second-in-command aide-de-camp grasshopper comes shuffling over to the boss grasshopper, and he says, why are we fighting with these ants? We don't need them to work for us. We got plenty of food here. And the head grasshopper says, those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, it's over for us. It's not about food. It's about power. It's about letting them know we're in charge. And here it is. Massachusetts police get black uniforms to instill sense of fear. Now, that's what this is all about. And the video we're about to play that's up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, Orwellian Big Brother tax collection commercial airs in Pennsylvania. And there are so many facets to this. I even wrote some notes last night that I want to go over here. There are so many levels to this. But let's play the 30-second ad first and then go over what the message here. The message is, we're watching you from satellite. We're God. We know who you are. We're going to drive you into bankruptcy. We're never going to stop. And we're going to say it with a calm, authoritative, arrogant voice. Nice car, Tom. Nice house, Tom. What's not nice is you not paying. You're not nice, Tom. You're the enemy, Tom. This is meant to scare the public and to brainwash government employees more and more as an us against them mentality. This is right out of 1984. Here it is.
Your name is Tom. You live just off of 5th Street. Nice car, Tom. Nice house. What's not so nice is you owe Pennsylvania $4,212 in back taxes. Listen, Tom, we can make this easy. Pay online by June 18th, and we'll skip your penalty and take half off your interest. Because, Tom, we do know who you are.
Find us before we find you. That's what the mafia does. They come up and say, nice cleaners, nice furniture store, nice family grocery store. We'll make this easy for you, Tom. Pay us, and we won't burn your grocery store down. And now you have the Greek people being told you are going to have to pay at least half of your pension fund money to begin with. We're going to make this easy on you, Greece. Only half your money has to be paid to J.P. Morgan, Chase, and Goldman Sachs that run your country as their finance minister. You don't owe the money. It's pure derivatives. It's made up. Came out in Iceland. They said no. Turned out that it was totally fraudulent. Same thing here in the U.S. But we're going to be easy on you, Tom. You know, Tom, we already poison your water with fluoride that doubles your chances of bone cancer and brain damage. You know, Tom, we're already pushing mandatory vaccinations filled with mercury, Tom. You know, Tom, we're watching you with all these cameras and satellites, Tom. You know, we're omnipresent. We're God, Tom. We're the Borg. We're the hive mind. We own you, Tom. You need to submit to us, Tom. You need to do what you're told, Tom. Play that sickening 30-second clip. Oh, we now have the ants clip. That's fine. Let's go ahead and play the ants clip. Here it is.
But there was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. One ant.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss, they're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this brain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one?
Are you kidding?
Well, how about this? You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay?
He's quite the motivational speaker, isn't he?
Let's ride!
And that's it. That's government. That's what the Founding Fathers warned us about. That's what's happened to every other civilization. And now the average American pays more than 60% of their earnings in one form of taxation or another. And they've got the head, Grasshopper, the head of the European Central Bank, in the Washington Post, says, for nations living the good life, the party is over, IMF chief says. And on the same board, the head of the European Central Bank says global government is going to be set up to keep us in line. You hear that, Tom? We own you, Tom. You're our slave, Tom. Do you understand, Tom?
Global meltdowns, massive unemployment, endless wars, a new currency crisis, financially and morally bankrupt. A great and terrible storm is approaching. So what's the best way to get ready? To get prepared for hard times ahead? Introducing Off the Grid News, a weekly newsletter for independent patriots who want practical advice on how to survive and prosper in an increasingly dangerous world. It's the best way to get a black belt in emergency preparedness, survival skills, and off-the-grid living. Off the Grid News is fiercely independent, all about self-reliance, and packed with helpful information on survival gardening, food preparation, alternative energy, herbal medicines, privacy and security, as well as God, gold, and guns, with absolutely no apologies. And the best part? This $100 a year service is now free of charge for our listeners. That's right, free for our listeners who sign up at offthegridnews.com. That's offthegridnews.com. You can sign up for free at offthegridnews.com. offthegridnews.com.
Jim Newcomer with Midas Resources, talking today about change. Not the change we were promised by President Obama, but the reality that we must face in these changing economic times. With our national debt currently exceeding $12.5 trillion and our unfunded liabilities totaling over $107 trillion, the value of the U.S. dollar continues its slide into oblivion. There's still time to ensure your financial security with precious metals, but you need to act today. Call me, Jim Newcomer, at 800-686-2237, extension 104, and we can explore how Midas Resources can help you secure your financial future. With our government continuing to find new ways to spend our money at the expense of our children and grandchildren, there's still time to acquire a true hedge against inflation with precious metals. Call me, Jim Newcomer, at 800-686-2237, extension 104, and we'll discuss how you can take physical possession or convert your IRA into precious metals before it's too late. 800-686-2237, extension 104, and make the commitment today to retain the security you worked a lifetime to establish.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action. tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cameras, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming.